Good morning, everybody. Guess who has a cold just in time for Christmas? This guy. Yep, this guy. Give me 1 second. You had the flu? Nah, I got a cold. You know where I got it from? My 1-year-old niece. So that's good. Hey, I'm not alone then. We can be sick together. Oh, boy. The only thing I like sick is your sick builds, bro. Thank you. Axiom is going to be taking delivery of the MPLM that was at Kennedy to modify it for use for a future Axiom station. How cold is it here? It's 37 right now, cool boy. So we're like 5C. It's not bad. It's really not bad. It was cold last night. It got into the negative centigrade, so it was like 26, 27 degrees. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Picture of a neutron dome. You know, out of context, that sounds a lot more ridiculous than it actually is, but that looks good. Very nice, very nice. All right, we're not starting soon. We're starting right now. Hat's already been changed for the day. Dudes, I got to show you this here. So, I apologize for being late, but I guarantee you it was for a good reason. Here, let me show you. Let me post this. There we go. All right, now let's get the linky link. Sorry, I need my reading glasses. All right, check this out, dudes. So, the snowstorm did miss us, which is good. Primo already ratted you out and told us it was your trains. Yeah, I know. I told her to, because trains. Hypersonic, why is your name capitalized? I hate it. Change it back. I hit the jackpot. Jackpot. Lionel Richie Electric Trains, dude. Yeah, how'd you know? Lionel Messi. Yeah. Lionel Joseph from Cameroon. Yeah, the snowstorm basically is going around me. Living near the ocean, man, has its perks. But yeah, I did make a trip up to my parents' house and last night, and we got a nice haul. We got a nice haul of cool stuff, man. It was like Christmas. It's like Christmas all over again. Look. So this is a Rail King New York Central Flyer kit. This is really, really high quality stuff. Look, the gaskets. Gaskets? That's not what those are called. Those things that are between the cars are actual rubber. That's Jesus, I'm sorry. I don't like it. Change it back. I hate it. You can change it. know. So we're playing with those trains during the stretch break. They're all in the house, man. The house is pretty much ready to go, but I played with my model trains more than I cared to mention last night. Hey, I don't know what it is, man. I'm 34. I know. It's weird. I don't care. Yeah, I really don't. It's awesome. Those things are so cool. NASA issued an RFI today seeking additional information about the capabilities to reboost a satellite in orbit using Hubble as a demonstration at no cost to the government. Oh, okay. It's because trains. Do you have track with a train spinning around the Christmas tree? The radius of the track that I have, Jim, is not enough to... The radius of that doesn't match the Christmas tree. So we'd have a bigger circle of track with a smaller tree inside. So I gotta figure out another solution there. Forge, make sure to screenshot that tweet before that guy deletes it. Same gauge as Hornby. I don't know what Hornby is. Hornby makes... Okay. Let me see. No, not the same. We have Hornby. This is right off their site. We have 1/64th, so we're in between double OEM and just zero. Regular O gauge. That's 027, but 027 can run on O gauge. Yeah. I also got my HO trains running, but I haven't taken any pictures of them. That does look pretty damn close. Yeah, we're running 027 gauge. So, just on a side note, model railroading is straight up DLC. Straight up DLC. Bro, Handy, just ignore him. That guy just wants attention. Screw that guy. He just wants attention. It's fine. It's fine. Just... If your coffee shop near me and a little model train that puffs steam along an elaborate track that runs around the wall suspended from the ceiling. Cool. Yeah, no, if you want to buy like a bigger set, it gets expensive very quickly. It's like Train Simulator. It's the same thing. You need to have a tunnel going from the house to the garage. Dude, okay, Snaggers, you know how much track that's going to cost? My garage is not near my house. We're on a big plot of land. 150 feet. 150 feet of track. So I dug out all my model trains from my parents' house last night, which is cool because they're cleaning out, so they're like, come grab it. So here, I won't post these on Discord, but I also found something else. If you know, then you know. The Duke. Check this out. If you know, then you know. Pretty cool, huh? I don't know if it works. We might have to take it apart and fix it. There's no way that thing isn't fixable. What's the name of the US set you're using again? I have two gauges, Tessa. I have HO, which is everywhere. HO is everywhere. I remember when I went to Japan, there was HO gauge all over the place. I have 027 or O gauge, which is 1/64th scale. An OG one? Yeah, that's real. That's a real one. It's from the 80s, Clayton. It doesn't work. Would you fix it on stream? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of my rolling stock hypersonic for my HO trains that is broken, that needs to be fixed. When I was younger, if it broke, I didn't know how to fix it, so I just kind of put it aside and eventually saved up money for another one. But, dude, I have so much HO rolling stock that's all broken, we could fix all of it. And we could fix it on stream. I wouldn't have a problem doing that. Your HO gauge stuff will work with Hornby stuff. Yeah, everybody, HO is all over the place, dude. So, I have 2 train gauges. That one right there is probably... This is 027 and O gauge. They use the same gauge track. 027 has 3 rails, though. And O gauge is a little bit different. This is like 1/64th scale. I have that. That's the extent of my rolling stock for Lionel. And yeah, what you saw on that table was everything. So I have 2 locomotives, a passenger train, and a freight train for the most part. I did HO rolling stock scale repair. I do HO scale rolling stock repair. All right, right on. Are you planning to buy a TGV HO set? No. You guys know the company Marklin? No, I don't. Yeah, snackless, yeah. That'd be cool. I have the soldering skills, but not the debugging skills when it comes to electronics repair. Yeah. We'll fix it. Dude, oh my god. Oh no. Hey, though. Hey. Thank you. I don't know how to say thank you in Swedish, but so I'll just say IKEA Marcus. Volvo, Saab, Vegan. That's thank you, right? I got a bunch of old O and 027 track and switches. Some needs to be cleaned and restored. I'm downsizing, so keep an eye on your P.O. box. I'll take it, Electron. Track is super expensive. Marklin is well known in Europe. Right on. I know Marklin, but it's not popular in the U.S. Are you going to stream tomorrow? I'm probably going to end up doing like a half-day stream tomorrow, Hypersonic, but yeah, I'll be here. What about building a shelf? Continue shelf around the garage. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Vegan is thank you enough. Thanks for the subs, man. You're too good to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So I have that. I'm trying to think of like what the gauge would be in metric. It's like gauge is like 1.5 inches or something. So that's like, what is it? 360, no, 16.5 mil. I don't think it's 16.5 mil. Video from Stennis. Oh, cool. Marklin is one of the major model train makers in the EU and known for alternating current than over direct current. Interesting. I already got rid of the real rusty stuff, but I'm happy to give the rest to a good home. Oh, I'll keep it, Electron. So, you guys saw the Duke controller in there, the original Xbox controller. I found my original Xbox. An original Gen 1 first Xbox. And it works. That's the crazy part. It works. I plugged it in, fired right up. How did the 3rd satellite go? Great, Thimicool. Yeah, 3rd satellite is up. We got a good tracking network. We got to try to bring the stage down today. I do not know the original unopened Super Mario Brothers did go for like $500,000. So I was thinking, what do you get that 2,600 for if you did sell it? Probably nothing. It doesn't work. Oh, that's cool. It's also 915 euros. Hard pass. No way, it works? What works? The Atari? The Atari does not work. No, I don't think so. I have to plug it in. Merry Christmas, Envy. Yeah, the Xbox works. Yeah, my Gen 1 Xbox. Manufactured in November of 2001. It's 21 years old. Turned it right on. Ernok, the music that I uploaded onto it. So I remember, if you remember when the Xbox came out, it was a big deal that it could play music. Because iPads, iPods, they didn't exist in 2001. That wasn't a thing. So it was a big deal that it could play music, right? My music that I uploaded in like 2003 is still on there. It's mostly Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, the Who, Led Zeppelin, stuff like that. My musical taste has not changed in 21 years, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yep. And there were some Gorillaz on there, too. Some banger songs off that first album. Yep. Who Are You was one of my favorite songs growing up. I woke up in a Soho doorway, a policeman knew my name. So yeah, my first gen Xbox works. I found tons of games for it. It was ridiculous. I have like 3 first generation Xboxes. And the reason why is because, you know, there were neighbors that had more money than us, and they're like, we're just gonna throw this away. Do you want our Xbox and like 50 games for it? I'm like, yep. Yes, I do. So, yeah, I have a lot of Xbox games, but I found my original copy of Bloodwake. Bloodwake. CD is too scratched. It doesn't work. I have to fix it. Bloodwake was a really cool naval combat game. Why would they throw it away? Too much money. I don't know. Who are your neighbors? Well, like I said, Boston over the years has gotten pretty damn gentrified. I was talking with my parents the other day about this. They're like, dude, if we tried to move here now, there's no chance. The only reason we're still here is because we've lived here for like a long time. And I'm like, that's why I moved the frick away. Snackless, I found my original copy of Episode 1 Racer. Are you planning on modding your classic Xbox? No. Why would I do that? It's 21 years old and it works. That thing hasn't run since like 2008. Easily since 2008. It's been in a box in my parents' basement. Yeah, Bloodwake, Ernok. Yeah. I have 3 of them, W. If anything, I'll just mod one of the other ones. I haven't ran since 2008 either. Yeah, me neither. So, there's a lot of affluent neighborhoods that kind of just sprang up over the years, right? So, dude, I always collected what everybody else was throwing away. I used to go to the recycling. It's called the recycling center now. It's a dump. It's a trash dump. I used to go to the dump. People used to throw away computers. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't do anything with the hard drives. I'd throw the hard drives away because the hard drives are like a 1 megabyte hard drive, and I'd take the computers apart, take the cases, and build new computers. That's what I used to do. You'd be amazed at what people throw away. It's ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't doing anything bad. I always just took the hard drives and magnetized them and threw them away. Or, well, recycled them. Dude, Paul, you have no idea what people throw away, man. It's unbelievable. W, this was back in, like, 1999, 2000, so, no, it wasn't a 1 gig. 1 gig was a big deal, you know? Yeah, Deadbringer. I also have an Xbox that another kid from school gave to me. Yeah, kid from school gave it to me. He's like, yeah, it doesn't work. It's got a red ring. And I'm like, huh. So the reason why he gave it to me is because I used to fix those things a long time ago. That's like a whole nother life, dude. That's like 20 years ago. The only consoles I have are at 360 Slim, Xbox One, and Nintendo Wii. Brimo and I have now increased our console collection to, let me see. We have the Atari. That's the oldest one. I'll go in chronological order. I have an Atari. I have 2 NESs, an SNES, an N64, a GameCube, an original Xbox, an Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2 Slim, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and I think that's it. I have a brick PlayStation 2 sitting in my basement right now. I gotta make sure that works. I have a PSP, yes. Mm-hmm. And you don't use any of them. No, the computer's the best one. Consoles are just tough to manage. Brimo and I were gonna put them up on our shelves and make a cool diorama. No NES or SNES. I have 2 NESs, Clayton, and I have 2 zappers, man. I got 2 of them. Yeah, we have a slimline PS2, and then I have the brick PS2, the original one, dude. It's pretty rad. Any Game Boys? I had an original brick Game Boy Creeper. I don't know where it went. I think it broke. Brimo, from her collection, pulled out she showed me an Advanced SP. There was a Game Boy Advance SP that she had. I said I got Gamecast. Nah, man, I can't afford it. What became of the Soyuz with the leak? Are they going to try to use it? I wouldn't. They're trying to figure out what they should do, Jim. It's not that big of a deal, but that capsule's toast for moving people. I have a Game Boy Color floating around somewhere, Creeper. But yeah, I'm cleaning out my parents' all my stuff out of my folks' house, dude. There's so much stuff. I don't think I ever need to worry about buying my kids toys because, dude, I have so much. Because, like, not because we were affluent, because everybody else would just get rid of stuff and I would just take it home. Like, just take it home. I have all kinds of stuff. So many Legos. Dude, you have no idea. Your kids, is this a reveal? Well, when we get to that point, you can count your chickens before they hatch. You have an NES, an SNES, Famicom, Super Famicom. Ooh. N64, multiple Wii's, multiple Wii U's, 2 Game Boys. Oh, I forgot the Switch, yeah. 1 Advance SP, 2 DS's, and Switch. You Nintendo fanboy. Who gets rid of Lego? I don't know. Can Soyuz be remotely operated? Yes. Mm-hmm. So, what else did I find? Dudes, I have RC cars that all the other, like, that broke, that all the other kids threw away, and I just took them home. I have stacks of RC cars. Like, it's unbelievable. I didn't buy any of them. Maybe one. I have, there's this old school RC car, and dude, I have chassis, I have parts, I have wheels, tires for them. There is, so I have probably like 6 or 7 chassis for one RC car because it was like this RC truck was like a real big thing, and a bunch of people had them, and they eventually broke, or people brought them to the dump, and I just ended up picking up parts for it. Just like you do with a real automobile. Oh crap, I literally do that with real cars. Oh. Toll rolled, Arsenal, there you go. No, not that second part, though. Not that second part, though. So, what I'm thinking is, dudes, we could go take these RC cars apart and fix them. Easy peasy. That'd be fun. Screw with those things. I have, like, dude, I have enough to build, like, 4 or 5 of them. Easily. According to the presser today, they are unsure if the hole is from micrometeorite or if it's an issue with Soyuz itself. They're trying to get more images and video of it. Nothing else was really said. Yeah, dudes, I'm telling you, I gotta see if I can find the model of it. Hold on. Look, I'm just gonna type 1990s RC truck and see if it shows up. Yep, there it is. Wow, that's very strange. 1990s RC truck. Hacksaws. There was a thing at Radio Shack. It was the new hotness. Dude, I have like a good amount of these things. I have parts, I have rims, I have all the suspension. That thing is cool because it's 4-wheel drive. It's a 4-wheel drive RC car. Seriously, hacksaws. That's it. Like, that's very weird. That is it. That's the truck. I just kept collecting them because they all found their way to the dump. Yeah. I guess they weren't that well made or something. But we'll fix that. I have that too. I have one of those as well. The Mustang. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. That thing. I have one of those. One of those. That number 17 Porsche. That thing. That thing goes so fast, dude. And that, too. Now, like I said, man, people throw away ridiculous stuff, and I have all of it. Dude, I have so much stuff. It's crazy. We'll take that stuff apart and fix them if they don't work. Pretty sure they do work, but the hacksaws definitely don't. I can't believe typing 1990s RC car actually fixed it. An original Atari 2600 in the box can sell for $1,800. I think that's not a working one. I think why do you want me to sell my Atari? I'm not selling my Atari. I have no interest in selling it. It doesn't work, so it's worth its weight in scrap. It doesn't work. Who cares? And it's not in the box. The box is long gone. But yeah, it's crazy because, like, dude, I have all kinds of stuff. Connects, Legos. Ridiculous. Atari money is more truck parts? No. Serious. That's your job. I don't think I have any Technic drummer. I'm telling you, dude, we'll clean it out. I'll show you. When I'm moving stuff slowly over here and I'm kind of going through everything and categorizing it because my parents want to clean the house out. Do you have the Screaming Serpent Connects roller coaster? No, O-Force. I have the original Connects roller coaster and I still have the box for it. That was in with the RC cars. This is what you mean? Truck parts? Yep. Winter break KSP project for you. Nice.
Discovery.
Oh, nice station. Very good. Jax, 14-month resub. Yeah, so, like, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed. We can mess with all this stuff, dude. I may have stolen some ideas from your station. It's alright. That's what it's there for. Alright, dudes. Let's jump in. I don't know if you guys saw the station from yesterday. I'm really proud of it. It's not just Nintendo. I have one old model PlayStation, PS1, one PS2 Slim, one PS2 Brick, one PS3 Fat, one PS3 Slim, one PS4 Pro. Should have PSP and Vita somewhere too. I see you collect consoles like I do, Dad. You have more than me, though. My granddad gave away 300 pounds worth of our old Connects we used to keep there to charity. That's nice. But yeah, fellas, I kept a bunch of stuff, man. Kept all kinds of stuff. And, you know, I'm going to go through all of it and categorize it, and any stuff that I think would be good for streaming content to go and mess with. You know, we'll do it. We'll do it. N1 is better than Shuttle. Wow, you're 0 for 2 on that. First you say that MOL is better than the ISS, and now N1. N1's better than the Space Shuttle? Yeah, there's a thing about that. The Space Shuttle actually made it into orbit 134 times. Just food for thought. The N1 made it into orbit precisely 0 times. Damn serious. Boom. Nice, public. How's your mother? I redeemed the just launch it before you even started, so just use it whenever. Lunch it! I will lunch it when I damn feel like it. So we worked on the solar panel arrays yesterday. And guys, just a straight up apologies for working on the like so much time in the SPH. I don't really want to spend this much time in here, but what I am trying to do is get all these payloads ready to go so we can just do back to 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 back shuttle launches. You look like a whack, a whack, a whack, a whack. This is a truss flag. Yeah, it's a flag that has that's supposed to look like struts. Save parts count. Saves on part count. It was great seeing you figure out all those alignments. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was fun, man. I enjoyed doing that. Did you fiddle around more with the grabbing arm? Also, did you not forget about the antenna on your third satellite? What are you talking about? Yeah, passing. I'm hoping. I'm noticing something weird with the alignment here. Like, those are aligned, but if we go to the other module over here, those are not aligned at all. That doesn't line up, which is interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, something wasn't snapped, absolutely. See? I'm talking about the antenna incident on satellite 1 and 2. I'm not allowed to mention. Typical, you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm coming down with something, so I'm not as sharp as I usually am. Like, what? So I'm gonna have to say, please explain your joke because I'm too stupid to understand it right now. It's true. This just raises further questions. So we got our solar panel arrays figured out. Oh, man. And I got bonitis. Oh, Thimical. No, I remembered to close the antenna this time. Don't worry. It's a coolant leak, Gujar. They don't know what caused it. They're still trying to figure that out. It's not like they can go out there and put a magnifying glass on it, you know what I'm saying? Did you have these with extending wheel claws for rough terrain in the US? No. Never had anything like that. I mean, I'm sure they did, Chief, to some extent, but yeah. So the solar panel modules need to be worked on, and then I gotta get like a mock-up of the shuttle payload bay in here for fitment purposes, and yeah. That's about it. 662 parts, not too bad. So somebody retrieved it, just launched it, huh? Yep. Okay. Why you guys just redeem everything at the beginning of the stream? You know, like, I'm not gonna do it, like, right away, right? Like, everybody's on the same page there? I mean, and if you're not, yeah, let me know. Let me know. Dance for us. No. Whatever, we have channel points to waste. Clearly. When a micrometeorite hits something in space, do they typically go straight through the object or just get obliterated once it impacts? It depends what it's impacting. It depends what the micrometeorite is made out of. It depends on a bunch of things, dude. So, if you haven't seen what we made yesterday, here, I will show you. You're in for a treat. He said urine. I'm stumped. Don't want to send you on a tyrant, but when you built your shuttle, how did you manage your center of mass? Mine is way back and causes the craft to flip over if it loses too much speed. Give me one moment. Time warping this thing a bunch actually straightens it all out. So, uncapping your center of mass is too far back. That's not too big of a... That's not that big of a deal, dude. So the long story short is that... Okay, so two big things. The first thing is that you... Oh, man. Sorry, my voice is starting to go. So the first big thing is that, like, you got to think about with the shuttle is what... So how are you flying it? With my shuttle, dude, and this is really important to understand. With my shuttle, I am trying to keep that thing as high in the atmosphere as possible, as long as possible. Because, dude, you can have a good design. You can have a good design. And if you dip too low into the atmosphere, it doesn't freaking matter. Because... It would be like taking a hovercraft and like a hovercraft, you know, like an LCAC, and trying to make it into a submarine. At some point, that's just not going to work. It's not going to work well. You got to remember that but you can overspeed in a hypersonic vehicle, or re-entry vehicle. That can absolutely be a thing. So make sure, first of all, that you're not dipping too low. Make sure you try to keep that thing, any type of shuttle, make sure you're trying to keep that thing as high up in the atmosphere as you possibly can. That's an important thing to understand. Here, I'm going to unfold these things so you guys can see them, if you didn't see them yesterday. The second part is, with the space shuttle, they jammed as much stuff in the front of the shuttle as humanly possible. My shuttle has a crew tank up there. I have a hitchhiker capsule underneath the flight deck, inside of a fairing. And then I have my forward RCS fuel tank, right? And then I have my nose cone and all those panels up at the front. Now, those panels aren't inherently heavy. They're not really high mass. They weigh like, what, 10 kilos? 10 kilos for one of those little triangular. It's 22 pounds. It's not much. But all that mass does add up, and it shifts the center of mass forward. So the nose of the vehicle has moment. It unfortunately does give the shuttle a little bit of crazy pitching moment on landing, which is why, like, if you watch the last approach and landing test, the shuttle does this. But they basically shoehorned as much mass into the front of the vehicle as possible. It auto-corrected the tirade, guys. I know what he meant. Take care of your health. I'll be fine, dude. Did you build this in space with a shuttle? No, we're in engineering mode, but this station is designed to be sent up with a shuttle. I wanted to show you the solar panel modules that we made. Hey, Warder. So, uncapping, yeah, that's an important thing to understand, dude. I have to go get the cough drops. I left them inside. How many flights would this entire station take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right now, in its current state. This is what I'm planning for January, guys. I'm building all the payloads. I decided about this. I was thinking about this the other day. We're gonna build all the payloads for the rest of the year, and then January is just gonna be non-stop shuttle missions. I want shuttle missions all over the place, guys. Like, yeah, everywhere. Yeah, you got to start piling stuff in the nose. Like, once again, I don't release my shuttle design, but I will show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about after I show the solar panel. Those solar arrays won't wobble too much for launch. I'll just strut them into position, RT, and get a Kerbal out here, and we can just pick the struts off. No problem. Look at my battery arrays, though. This is where the battery arrays are on the actual ISS, which is actually pretty cool. All right, so check this out. Yeah, Van, I'm going to we're going to build a lander that the shuttle can assemble on orbit, or a lander that we can launch with the HLV that the shuttle can rendezvous to. I want to get a capsule figured out once we go past the moon in Minmus, just in case. Don't forget the truck for February. I'm going to make a hard push, Snake, in January. With truck content, with Kerbal content, with everything. It's kind of what I've been building to over the last couple of months. We're gonna go hard, man. I'm talking quarantine stream hard. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of just mentally preparing myself for that. Yeah, of course. You can right click on the strut and hit disconnect. So yeah, you don't, I'm talking about, I can right click and disconnect snackless, but I have physicsless ladders up there on the truss segment, so Kerbals can, when we build the airlock, I'll build ladder arrangements so that Kerbals can actually EVA out and climb around on the station. They're physicsless parts, dude. They don't screw with your performance too much. Don't get me wrong, it's an extra part, but it's physics-less, so it's not too bad. Yeah, the control moment gyros on this work great. By the way, in my Z1 Trust segment, I have SAS. We have CMGs in there. So gyros that hold this thing on prograde. So it stays relative to, it rotates relative to the ground, which is actually pretty cool. We're not in mission mode, guys. No. I'm showing the solar panels here and how we deploy them. I tried to get it as close to the actual ISS solar panel deployment as possible. It's not exact, but it's close enough. And once again, this is in engineering mode. I didn't launch any of this. We edited it up here in one shot. Nicholas, that has most of the flags that I'm using. It doesn't have this one and that one. The shuttle interior one and the struts. We gotta edit it soon. I will put this all on a Cal controller eventually, guys. Okay. So check this out, ready? So this is what we cooked up yesterday. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but this was a lot of work to figure out, but it's okay. So, see this? Get the radiator up. Now watch. The whole array can turn. See? Yeah, they're EVAing right now. I don't know if they're installing another iROSA, but yeah, pretty cool, huh? And it's modular, so I could attach another one if we really wanted to. And then here's the thing. I left an unprogrammed Cal controller in here, which is solar rotational period controller. So if we go in here, and don't get me wrong, this is only going to work when we're basically at the station. So we have 31 minutes, 42 seconds, right? So 31 times 60 is 1860 seconds, and then plus 42, 1902 seconds. So if we take the rotational cal controller, 1902, plug in 1900 seconds into it, and if we can rotate this thing into position, let's just put it at minus 90, right? And then if we go into the AG controller and we select solar rotational period, and then we go target angle, right? And we go what? We go like that, right? And then we find, where are we at? Minus 90. We find minus 90 on the value, right? Which is, so we'd have to do 1902 divided by 4. 475.5 should be, yeah, more or less where we're at. So if we go now in here, and we select this cal controller, and we go 475.5, right? It should set my rotation here, right? And now this, it's rotating in the wrong direction. Now that thing, well, if we're out working on the station and I play the cal controller, it'll track. It'll follow the sun. The station itself is set to prograde lock from the control point right there. It's set to prograde lock. If the station is set to prograde lock and that's set to rotation, the RPM of the station is synchronous to the orbital period because we're on prograde lock, and the control moment gyros have a slight pitch component on there. And if that's locked to prograde and this thing is, that rotational thing is set to the orbital period, that solar panel will follow the sun. Here's your external tank. I used cubic octags to hold mine together, RJ. In terms of like what's at the back, dude, the lines just go up and they go into the shuttle. That's all. Both the repress lines go in on the lock side, if I'm remembering right. So see how she rotates?
Discovery, go at throttle.
Hey, Couch Order, 813 sub. That's a thing of beauty. Really nice work. Thanks, man. I just want to get the diameter right for your ET. I'm confused. Five meter is not the right diameter if you want it. If you want it scaled to the Mark III cockpit, 5 meters is too small. It's five. It should be 5.4, which is why my tank is built out of fairings. Wonder how it doesn't fizz warp. It'll do just fine. As long as we don't perturb the station, as long as we don't screw with it. I want to get the diameter right for the fuel umbilicals. Oh. This looks like one of those ISS time lapses, huh? Hey, watching, what's going on?
Discovery, go at throttle.
I don't know why this shirt always pit stains out, but it does. Sorry about that, dudes. I'm just getting back into the game. Hype for KSP 2. My deployed science is not transmitting. What's up? Happy holidays. That your deployed science is not transmitting. Is your science transmittable? We have a cupola. That's the plan, Zan. Yeah, I'll probably put it right there, I think. Making pizzelles. Nice. Is it a dry fit or just plain cotton? It's just plain cotton hotbox, yeah. Shirt I always pit stain with this shirt. That's why I don't wear it very much. Yeah, we gotta make an airlock. I gotta make a cupola. Shuttle docking. Where does Dragon dock? On the real ISS, right up at the front. There's 2 ports on the real one, Chief. Dragon can dock here, or it can dock there. Ah, shoot. I didn't set the controller to repeat. Doing pretty well for 4x Fizz Warp. Yeah, it's a little bit behind on the track because I didn't set the controller right, but... Hey, what is that ISS looking long piece for in real life? The integrated truss structure, Carrot, this thing. It's power and thermal. It carries all the power and all the thermal. So, Carrot, the integrated truss structure carries the radiators and power systems for the station. So, like, batteries are out on this thing. The solar panels, obviously. Now, why did they go with a station like this with this stuff so far away? Like, why is the solar... Like, why such a wide structure? They went with a wide structure like this because when a spacecraft is coming into dock, you don't want the RCS firing into solar panels, right? Like, That makes sense. So when they were coming up with the ideas for what would become the ISS in the 80s, they figured out, you know, you should build a truss, and the truss should go wide, and you should keep your solar panels away from incoming spacecraft, namely the space shuttle. So the truss structure is basically a long structure that carries the power for the station. Like the batteries for the ISS are out on the truss structure. You can dock scientific experiments to it. You can use it to store equipment. And it has the power, it has the thermal systems on it as well. So it basically is like a service module for the station. And then underslung on that is the HAB modules, where the people actually go. Is there a way to see your FPS in-game without Steam? I just showed it to you like a second ago. So it's the motherboard. Yeah, kind of. 12.5 frames a second because fizz warping breaks stuff. Just applied for my passport to go CRN 5's final flight. Cool. Station's actually holding together remarkably well. What now? Give me 1 second. What's up, Bree? You're on stream.
Oh, never mind. I was seeing if you knew where wrapping tape was, and then I found it.
Where what was?
Wrapping tape.
Oh.
Do you know where scissors are?
Bathroom.
Okay. Thank you, baby.
Alright, see ya.
I love you.
Love you too. At least the headset was off, man. No problem, Def. It's all good. Guys, my voice is starting to go. I got sick. Starting to get sick just in time for Xmas. So, you know what I'll do? We're just gonna sit here. You guys can watch the station for a second. I'm gonna go get my cough drops. I'll be right back, okay? Enjoy the station view. Here, let me like target out here so it looks like a ISS time lapse. I'll be back in a second. Ugh. dokie. I got the cough drops, boys. Got the cough drops. Oh. Chair says hi, Moose. This is ISS Mission Control. Station has a station flies roughly 100 miles south of the Caribbean Peninsula, providing us with views of the clear day they're having down there. Looks the part. It'll look better with a shuttle attached to it. But yeah, the other solar panel on the other side does the same thing, but I have to put it all together. Well, the solar panel module works good, Ocelot, yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's cool. The solar panel modules came out very nice. Hey, Alucard, what's up? This is ISS Mission Control. Dude, if only I could, like, Rob Navius and like George Diller were like they're like the benchmark in my mind of commentating on launches. Like if I ever worked for a company and was like casting the launch for them, it would be like that. What's a Dream Chaser for? Is it launched inside of a fairing? Dream Chaser right now is going to be used for ISS resupply, and it is launched inside of a fairing, yes. And it has a service module attached to the back, which is actually pretty cool. If I believe you mean when. Yeah, I suppose. What's the current plan for the robotic arm rail system? What? I haven't really thought of one yet, Ren. To be honest with you. So yeah, nor have I thought about how the heck we're gonna put this together. Oh, sorry. I'll be over here not causing problems. Okay, so I did have an idea, Ren, and it's a strange one, but it might work. It might work. Okay. Actually, building the MBS and building the thing that can go back and forth is kind of the reason why I'm thinking only have 2 solar panel arrays and don't make many more modules, because the solution I have, I'm pretty sure it'll work, but it is going to be a hard... It's going to be a hard thing to make. Let me show you. Ren, do you remember Derek? The craft file. Derek. Remember that one? Anybody remember Derek? Isn't Dream Chaser kind of obsolete because of Falcon 9? I wouldn't call it obsolete. No. I don't understand the cost of. You want to have multiple ways to get to the space station, Carrot. So you guys remember Derek? Derek's track system is how I think making the MBS will work correctly. Yeah, it's a tank. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tank. So watch. See the track system working? This is all one vehicle, guys. I came up with an idea of free-floating hydraulics here, basically, that are attached to one rotor on one side and one rotor on the other. I can use, and this basically gives you a huge range of movement left and right. For the MBS, I can borrow this. So my MBS can be one vehicle. It can be one vehicle. And all I really need to do is make a cal controller. Now, like I said, in this design, it's kind of free. It's free spinning in this design. But if I make a cal controller that can give me movement all the way out on either side, I can make an MBS that just docks. All it does is dock on the center module, and then it can just move back and forth. Yeah, the treads are one piece. The treads are one thing. Yeah, they're not. How do you keep the track centered all the time? Same vessel collision and grip pads. By the way, EJ, you have good influence on people. You kind of made me not so dumb. Could have been a different path. That's what I'm trying to do, Carrot. That's what I'm trying to do, dude. No, we haven't brought down the upper stage yet, man. But yeah, it's a tank. Track vehicle.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Pretty cool, huh? So, yeah, I have a tracked vehicle, and we called it Derek because I really couldn't come up with a better name. It's using grip pads and little hinges and these cubic, or the Rockomax micronodes to make treads. It doesn't go very fast, but it does work. Enjoying a treat, Derek. How do you come up with this stuff? Like, it takes creativity to a whole new level. Also, what is his purpose? I wanted to see if we could make an ML. Not because I wanted to make a mobile launcher. I just wanted to see if I could. Also, I just wanted to see if I could make a tracked vehicle. And yeah, turns out you absolutely can. But yeah, this system that I use to make all the treads one vehicle like this, with the pistons that just kind of telescope around, I can use that design for the MBS, and it shouldn't be too many parts, and it should work just fine. And I could basically make it so if you, like, provided RCS is off, you could use J and L. To move it around. Have you tried this on the moon? No, Jim, never. Is this the smallest size for this? Could you make a tracked rover? This was a tech demonstrator, Nuclear. Yeah, this was a demonstrator. There we go. Got to make sure the track's attention. So yeah, that's the idea that I wanted to use for the MBS. That exact system right there, but a powered system and not a passive one like this. Derek likes to throw tracks on hills like this if we're not careful. Brown out. Brown out. Brown out. Kerbals gather in their masses, just like krakens at moles. Down out. Down out. In the fields, the tank treads rolling. Down out as the mobile launchers go in. Down out. For the exploration of Kerbal kind. Down out. I don't know what would rhyme about flying into space. Oh, Lord, yeah, down, out. Down, down, down. We'll call the song Launch Pigs. Yep. Oh, Jeb, yeah. I'll take pictures or video you can hear for 200. Pretty crazy, right? Sounds like a tiger. How did you know that? Do tanks use regular V8 or Hemis? Alucard, it really depends on the tank. So, like, a tank you're probably familiar with, the Leopard 2 is a diesel motor. Diesel. The M1 Abrams, the U.S. main battle tank, uses a jet engine. They have a helicopter engine in the back of that thing. We use a gas turbine in ours. The reason why, now, why would you use a gas turbine? Why would you use a diesel? The reason why is that diesel will run on anything. So will the gas turbine. Anything that's flammable. You could run the tank off hairspray if you really want to. You could put oil, crude oil, right in the tank. Yeah, no problem. It'll burn it. Easy. Bunker C, Jet A, JP5, kerosene, whatever. It'll burn it. That's why tanks use diesels and jet engines and stuff. Yeah, I like the gas turbine idea from the Abrams. Gas turbines can make tons of torque if geared correctly. Oil? Who said anything about oil, chat? You cooking? Yeah, unfortunately. Hey,
Hey, sorry, I just have one more thing.
you're on stream again.
That's fine. Can I look in the closet for something in your closet?
There might be some skeletons in there.
Okay, but for real, like, can I look in there?
I don't care.
Okay. I don't know, man. If I was gonna hide Christmas gifts from me, that's where I would hide it, so...
Why would you hide my Christmas gifts in my closet?
No, you hiding shit, I don't know, for me!
Oh, yeah, I didn't buy you anything.
Okay. I just need boxes for, like, I need gift boxes, and I...
There's
well,
no-
I saw a bunch from the other day, but...
There's no gift boxes in there.
Alright. It's depressing.
I love you.
I love you too, I don't know how to wrap gifts.
Just fold the paper, Fivehead.
Okay, that's a great strategy, unless you're wrapping soft materials.
Okay.
So,
See you later.
alright, love you, bye.
Bye. We haven't brought down the upper stage yet, Shaw. I stopped the stream early last night because raisins. What is this bound to? Oh, the throttle. Oh, genius. Nice. Hang on. We can go faster. Ready? Come on, Derek. Something along these lines. More or less. Snackless, yeah. Yeah, kind of like that, sure. That'll do it. I mean, you could use a rotor, servo. Servo would probably be better application there, but yeah. Look, we can make an astonishing 2 meters a second, but man, can we go over anything? Watch, this will climb. It should climb right up this. Should. I'm not saying it will. It should. Come on, Derek. Yeah, baby. Yeah, the more. Does it just stretch one further to turn? No, I have a differential. I have differential yaw control, or differential RPM control. See? Diff RPM with the yaw, with down to yaw, so it'll turn. You just gotta slow down. It was a tank. It's a tank track system that I'm using to try and figure out how to make tank track system that I'm using to try and figure out how to make the mobile base system on the ISS. Bikes. I don't know what this is, but I love it. Did this thing go faster? Really doesn't like to go much faster. This is my first design, though. This is my first attempt at a tracked vehicle. I could probably make something that goes faster. Design actual tracks to handle terrain. Yeah, I think this thing is handling terrain just fine. Could I make the tank tread smaller? Those things track stuff. They actually move around. Oh, we threw a tread. Crap. Dude, I could make this so much better. Oh, why do I keep saying that? No, 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 no. I could, with physicless parts and hybrid tech, I could make a tracked vehicle that could go way faster than this. We could use smaller grip pads for the treads. This was supposed to be like a mobile launcher, but I'm noticing a couple of things. So I'm using grip pads for my roller wheels, and these are just guide wheels. You don't want grip pads there. Also, hybrid tech holding this axle in place on the other side, so like a bearing on both sides of that axle would make it so it doesn't flop around, so it gets you better contact on your treads. And the front idler wheel also doesn't need grip pads. That shouldn't be grip pads. I could get away with using RCS balls if we really want to. RCS balls on the grip pads with attached to a rotor on a hybrid tech design would work just fine. It would be a little bit more parts, but it would work. But yeah, you see how it threw a tread? It threw a tread because that whole thing bent. How can you make the whole circular track parent? How can you make the whole circular track parenting? Well, that's why we looked at the tracked vehicle in the first place, because the design that I have here with the telescoping array makes it so the tracks are one vehicle. So like this should be it should be pretty easy to get this thing to kind of shoe itself back on. We just have to toggle SVI for a second here. Yeah, I jammed it. Alright, that's junk. But how do you close it on itself? A strut? A strut holds the tread together. It's a locking strut, just like the real ones. There's just a bolt that holds it together. Well, it's a pin on the real one. I'm not sure where it is. My guess is that it's somewhere around the rotor. Yeah, there it is. That's what holds it together. It's just a strut. That's all. It's just buried in there so you can't really see it. Oh man. Now I want to mess with tracked vehicles. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. We could make this amazing, dude. I could use smaller grip pads and make fast treads. So we could make like tracked vehicle, and because it's using grip pads, it could go up anything. Do it. We have a shuttle mission to do first. But yeah, that's how I'd make the mobile base right there. That system. That'll work. If we want to mess with that today, we can do that. That's fine. Derek was just the example. And once again, that's a mobile launcher truck. I made it big on purpose. And it's not designed to go very fast because it's a mobile launcher truck. So the tolerances are quite loose. Derek is your friend. Yeah, Derek's cool. What could be bad about Derek? Oh, there you go. Speaking of rolling out solar panels.
And Frank, Josh, while we hold position and wait for the deployment to finish,
Discovery,
kind
go
of
at throttle up.
heads up
Stubborn
on the way
bucket.
forward, at least near-term steps.
Welcome,
We've
Mr.
got
Control.
the,
You go at throttle up.
that we're going to do, and then we'll move into kind of cleaning up the scoop and the cable bag. And
That's live. That's happening right now.
trying to
They're
get
rolling
the
out
farm clean and
freshly
FSC
installed
in a good
solar
config.
panel. Those are the IROSs, dot dash. Yep, the upgraded solar panels.
Copy that. we're continuing to watch as these unfurl. Again, as you can see, they're covering up some of the solar cells on the existing arrays, which are still tied in to the power channel. But these new ones coming in with a higher efficiency, obviously brand new, so haven't lost any of that efficiency that you lose over time and being exposed to that harsh environment of space. We're going to be able to increase our actual power output. So we're aiming to have 6 of these total
these things work, Stubborn,
eventually
to be honest
deployed
with
on
you.
the International Space Station. This rollout solar array technology. We did an initial test of this type of array several years ago on the space station, just to see how the mechanisms worked, how the power generation worked.
Look at that.
And then ultimately culminating in some permanent additions to the station. This same type of rollout solar array technology used on the NASA DART mission, which was
Earth is
our
flat,
asteroid redirect.
Your mom's flat. Got him.
Storm. Yeah, it's amazing how big it is. Affecting the entire country.
Yeah, don't fall. It's a long way up.
We are passing.
Coming up on the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
Just about to pass over the Pacific Northwest, and as any of our viewers in America are aware, there's some pretty significant winter weather hitting a lot of the country, so our crew members getting a view from about 260 statute miles above.
400 kilometers.
While this rollout solar array almost done deploying, we'll note the same type of solar array, this rollout technology, going to be used on NASA's Gateway station around the moon as well. That's going to be our launching point for the Artemis program and future lunar landings, eventually establishing that sustainable lunar presence on the moon.
So, from what I'm looking at here, guys, with the rollout panels, it looks like these things on the side. Think about it like a train rolling out the rails as it's driving, as it's going down the track. So the rails are like rolled up and they roll them out. I think that's the guide for it. If I'm looking at it right, I don't know how these things work, to be honest with you. I know they roll out, obviously, but the mechanism for it, I have no idea.
After this deployment,
yeah, like a tape measure almost. Exactly, Chillin. That's what it looks like.
Final steps.
Because look at the rail down here. See how it turns into a
blanket tensioner bolts that he's going to release. These essentially activate a
spring. I thought you were going to say party horn.
Pull on some internal wire to the solar array itself to add some tension.
They roll into a rigid tube.
Necessary as we're
smart
maneuvering and gimbling the solar arrays, as we always try to point them to track the sun.
Hey, Range Rocket, how are you?
Also all right. Yeah, it's coming right meter right now. Between, I don't know if you can see between the two solar arrays. Wow. That is a lot of snow. I think it's Sierra Nevada, I'm guessing.
What a view.
Okay, guys, we have confirmed we've got a good deployment on IROSA. So, Josh, you're go to move into position to do the tensioner bolts R11 and 12.
I thought the thing jammed for a second. It unfurled completely, and the whole thing went, and I'm like, uh-oh. Is that normal? All right.
And for both
watch,
of you,
he's going to tighten down the tensioners, and these things will pull taut. At least that's what I can surmise from what they said. And look, you can see that the solar panel's already wired up. It's just a solar panel, just needs 2 wires. Just wire it right into the existing solar panel wires. There you go, more power. Simple as that. It's DC, right? Like, easy peasy. 2 wires.
Just a short handover. We'll get that video signal back as the crew now stepping
that man is playing Galaga
of the day, as they're gonna work to now release 2 blanket tensioner bolts. Josh Cassidy using his pistol grip tool to make that happen.
All right, that's cool. Cool. Thanks for showing me that, guys. We have modules to work on, dudes, and we have a stage to go and get. Yes, New Century. How do they access different modules? ISS modules have handles all over them, like this. There's handles and there's ladders everywhere, Carrot. They just... So, you have one handle, right? The astronauts have 2 tethers. So 2 tethers on their belt. And this is like a rock climbing tether. It's not anything complicated, right? So, you hook one to one ladder, and then you move over to the next rung, and you hook to that, and then you unhook the other rung. And you basically repel... Not repel, that's not the right word. Yeah, you basically repel from the airlock where they need to go. Now, from what I could tell, dude, where they are is way out here. They're over here somewhere. Josh and Frank are over here. The airlock on the ISS is over here. So it probably took them about an hour to get all the way out there. That's a long way for an EVA. Simple and effective. Dude, yeah, if you go look, I mean, check it out. You'll see the tethers. They're there. Yep, see? There's your wires. See? There's one of them. Right there. See it? It's just a carabiner. Doesn't need to be complicated, man. So, actually, if you really want to be technical, that is a tool. That's an impact gun right there, if I'm looking at that right. Either that or it's a socket driver. Oh, no, there's the impact gun. It says 3 on it. Yeah, this cordless drill. Space cordless drill, though. I think Josh is attached to the tensioner. Now, you guys want to see how hard it is just to put a bolt in space? Watch this. Just real quick. We'll